to start, just how significant is the sentencing today for both the Time's Up movement, but also just culturally, for the country?
Well, first of all, I have to acknowledge the courage of the survivors who came forward, because these are crimes that are silenced for so long, and the pressure on victims not to come forward, and the pressure when they're not believed. So what both the conviction and now the sentencing is the signal to so many other survivors out there that you will be believed, and to prosecutors that you can prosecute these cases and win. Because right now, the conviction rate is, out of every 1,000 sexual assault perpetrators, 995 go free, either because they're never prosecuted or never reported on, or certainly not convicted.
Do you think that this sentencing will help kind of begin the process of turning the tide with those horrific statistics that we see, and unfortunately people not being believed? So do you think this might be the first step in the right direction, with acknowledging there's a lot more work to be done?
Oh, I do think that it is. I think it has already had an effect on people understanding the nature of these crimes. Because remember, the defense tried to throw everything at the survivors who were testifying, the fact that they had a relationship with him, the fact that they continued to email him. And that's because, people don't understand that is how, the vast majority of sexual assaults actually happen between people who know each other and who have an ongoing relationship, whether it's like domestic violence situations, like the YWCA here serves, or sexual harassment as occurred in the case of Harvey Weinstein.
And how does that play into the misconceptions that people don't recognize? A lot of times it is that power structure, it is people who do have prior relationships, and then try to discount really the Me Too movement overall as, oh, this is people who are after the fact trying to get attention, or other things that just aren't true.
Right. Well, I think that's why this is so significant, that in the face of all the arguments that the defense tried to throw at the prosecution's case, that they were rejected by the jury saw through them, and also the judge saw this case for what it was, which was someone who was a serial predator. Because that's the other thing we know about predators, is they don't usually do this once. They're doing it over and over and over again. So every time we don't put one of them away, that person is out there continuing to do this. And when it happens in the workplace, it creates toxic workplace cultures. It causes people to have to leave their jobs because they can't deal with it anymore. It really, if you're somebody who's running a company, it robs your company of that talent, of really a workplace where everyone can reach their full potential, which will only benefit your company.
What's your message to people who maybe here in West Michigan are seeing this sentencing today, or seeing your keynote today, and up until this point have had their own experience and have felt like they can't come forward, but maybe they're now finding that courage? What's your message to them?
Well, I would say come forward and you can find help. And if you just want information about Time's Up, or you want to get connected to the Time's Up Legal Defense Fund, folks can text Time's Up to 30644. And you can get the help that you need. I would say reach out for help. It's also the message the YWCA has, is reach out for help.
What's next? Anything on the horizon?
Well, what's next is, this is about, supporting survivors. It's about changing public policies. So right now we're in a debate about paid sick leave, where 32 million workers in the United States do not have paid sick leave, and we're in a national public health crisis. So we need to take action, not just for the emergency, but to permanently provide both paid sick leave and paid family leave. We are the only industrialized country in the world that doesn't have paid family leave for our workers. And my message to companies is, you don't have to wait for public policy to change. You can set new standards for your own workplace. You can provide paid sick leave. You can actually work on your own internal workplace culture. And one of the things we're going to do at Time's Up is do the research and do the data to help develop new tools to help companies build those better workplaces, because that's really what we want to do, is to build safe, fair, and respectful workplaces for everyone.